Hi, my name is Lauren Carter. This is my presentation on the red knot management, which is my proposal plan for my project. This is for APUS class EVSP 501. This is a picture that I've taken during the red knot and other shorebird migration along the Delaware Bay in the area of Cape May, New Jersey. It was taken while I was working for Conserve NJ Wildlife as one of the shorebird stewards, where I educated people about the need and the hazards of people on the beaches during the migration, which I will explain why that is important during this brief presentation. A little bit of background. The red knot is a shorebird. It nests in the high Arctic habitats while wintering in the southern hemisphere. It migrates up and down the east coast and the west coast depending on which subspecies it is, and it breeds while it's in the high Arctic habitats. The focus of my presentation in the future is going to be on the high Arctic habitats, as it's one area that I'm not overly familiar with, and I think that'd be interesting to learn about how the Arctic habitats are impacted by the activities in the other habitats. During migration, they favor the marine habitats, particularly the salt marshes, the sandy beaches, and the mudflaps. The diet is made up of small bivalves. The Rufous subspecies, which is a subspecies that I'm familiar with along the east coast, depends upon the horseshoe crabs. The species is in decline. The ICUN Red List has it listed as near threatened. Reasons for decline. One of the biggest reasons for decline for the Rufous subspecies is that of the horseshoe crab eggs. The horseshoe crabs are in decline. This ancient species has been in decline due to overharvesting for people for various needs such as fertilizers and for medicine reasons, as their blood is very good for testing things. There's also the issues of pollutions, as the areas that they tend to live in are the areas where the pollution tends to be very impacted. Also comes the fact that it's group migrations. So if one major weather event happens, or if something horrible happens, it impacts several of the individuals. The other is that of climate change and sea level rise, which once again happens because they're a species that depends along the shoreline. Why do I care? Well, this is me. I spent many years when I was living in New Jersey working for Conserve NJ Wildlife and volunteering for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife at the Cape May National Wildlife Refuge. Firsthand, I saw how beautiful these migrations were. The beaches scattered in shorebirds everywhere you could look. Sitting there watching the little ones just playing in the tides. It makes you realize how important this actually is and how many people don't care because they let their dogs run. They're arguing with me that they need to be able to walk the beaches when we're only talking about 3 weeks before Memorial Day even happens that the beaches are closed for this migration to happen. This is one of those things in life that I favor very highly, as I feel like the red knots are just such a beautiful species and something that needs to be protected for the future. Thank you, and I hope to bring more to light in this subject in my future presentations and my future work. I have attached my reference as well.